to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And we're off from Arrowhead. Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by the newly minted Super Bowl champion, now in his 6th season, Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs, but Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in, but it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him, and he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. That play good for 17 and a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Only took him one play, partner, and they've already made it to that 40-yard line. First down throwing for Hurts. He completes this one to Jahan Johnson. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First and 10 from the 41. He's got Devontae Smith. And he's got them quite the gain here, partner, as he finally is brought to a stop.
Number 6, Devontae Smith. It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Eagles.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
To the line we go. They're set, first and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Hurts now from the gun. Has it in close. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a first and goal.
There has been a constant for tight ends through the decades, from Kellen Winslow to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. When you are big and you've got length and use your body against those defenders, even double coverage can't stop you.
Barkley runs it in for the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So here come the Chiefs, staking the field for their first drive of the game. And leading them as he always does, a quarterback seeking his 4th consecutive Super Bowl appearance and a 4th Super Bowl title. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, there's just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes. You know, kid, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And 4th and 4 coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
The Chiefs looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes Matt Ariza to handle it. Return out of it. They have it a little further up past their own 30. The Eagles about set to get going for their 2nd drive. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with a home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them, right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, they're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds.
Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Running right, it's Barkley. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Finds him over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. On the play fake, it's Hurts. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And this one's brought to an end well downfield from that line of scrimmage.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays, the ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. This throw is caught. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, we saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
3rd down and 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive. Back to throw, Hurts. From the pop. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Elliott connects there. And that one was beautifully struck. It goes right down the middle.
2 drives and both of them ending in points. You don't even mind you only got a field goal there, Kate. They got to be ecstatic, exactly the way they wanted to start this one.
Jake
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. This makes it up to the 25. The Chiefs sending their offense out for the 2nd time this game. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Big shot to begin the drive. Has him up beyond the 40. 1st down, and they go right back to it. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send it backwards.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. He's got some air under this one, deep down the middle. What a dive! I think he caught it! He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
It's a gain of 37. That's good for the Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
1st and 10, it's Mahomes. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Chiefs face a 4-point deficit. Patrick Mahomes, the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they got him for roughing the kicker. They're going to put that penalty yardage on the spot of the ensuing kickoff. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
To the line they go. It's 2nd down. They go play action. Here's Hurts. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
It's a screen to Barkley. Takes out a one-stop, and he's tackled after gaining a handful.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Pacheco. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
At the 11-yard line.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Mahomes. Completed over the middle. And this won't get him any extra breathing room. He's brought down back at his own 7-yard line.
Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed, when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. Back to throw, Mahomes. Flushed out of the pocket. He's running for it. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
All set up now for 1st and 10. He'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. To the air, Mahomes. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st and 10 at the 38.
And before they can break the huddle, we've hit the end of our 1st quarter. Scoreboard shows 10-7. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. About set for the 2nd quarter. Chiefs football here. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Connects on the crosser. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
The 1st down carry for Pacheco. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Pistol now for Mahomes. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Called in by Worthy, right side. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 17. Right back to Worthy. And this is down all the way to the 3. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Throwing again, Mahomes. He's got it. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs take a 2nd quarter lead. Travis Kelce, the touchdown. Well, good luck stopping the big fella that close to the goal line, Brock. I've always thought that the distance right there is just made for tight ends to score touchdowns.
Yeah, and it's not just the sport that you also love to cover in basketball. It's all about matchups. You get near the red zone and into the end zone, matchups become critical. And when you got a dude like this that's a mismatch maker, you feed him.
Butker to try the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chiefs take a 4-point lead. Kickoff taken at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he is brought to a stop after he found plenty of room there to run.
A gain of 26 yards. And an Eagle 1st down.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
1st down, a run with Barkley. Juke the defender. Free up the middle, gets a breakaway. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles just need 2 snaps to steal a lead. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown.
Kate, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles push their lead to 3.
17. Chiefs 14.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. Escapes a defender. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. In that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. Hand off to the tight end. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Zach Vaughn with the tackle.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
1st down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
A gain of 10 yards. And a Kansas City Chiefs 1st down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Throwing is Mahomes. To the left and hauled in by Kelsey. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. Finds him over the middle. And he's he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Along the sideline, he brings it in. They say he got the feet down, too. Excellent work. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a first down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Now we give left side to Pacheco. And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a second quarter lead. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs take a 4-point lead.
Eagles 17.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. Showing a little burst so far. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. Ball at the 33 for first down. They'll start this one out with Barkley. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
At the 44-yard line. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Philadelphia.
Kate, a run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start a drive with momentum like that.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the pistol, Hurts. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Hurts gets it out wide, complete. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
2nd and 3 now. They go play fake with Hurts. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone. And just can't finish the play.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Watson. Oh, man, I'm having to hold my partner back after this one. Captain Fundamental not happy that he didn't take the time to stop and get set before delivering that football. Gotta think that in part led to the turnover.
Yeah, Captain Fundamental because I couldn't run. Kind of like Tom Brady, right? But he's the essence of it. He's the GOAT. Why? Because he sets his feet. He's so fundamentally sound. The chance of interception so much higher when your fundamentals are no good.
It's okay, partner. It's gonna be okay. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Off play action, it's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
Eagles loading up the secondary. Dime look coming, 3rd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that separation can create the big play down the field.
Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Sidney Brown in on that stop.
You know, Kate, these are what I call the body blows. It's not a home run. It doesn't deliver a chunk play, but it's these runs of 1 to 5 that keep you on schedule and take a little bit of steam out of that defense.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force to throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Don't want to do that, and he's there for the interception. Picked off Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles bring the interception back beyond the 40 before the tackle is made.
Their first pick of the game comes in an awfully big moment. Really just cancels out all the great work your defense did to give you that ball.
The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he'll get this up to his own 44. Christian Fulton, the one to bring him down.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 7 and an Eagle first down.
Are you kidding me? Really? Are you kidding me?
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Going to the ground again on first. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. This is Brown, and he's got it downfield. And he's going to set them up with a first down on a huge gain.
A gain of 29 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
We're to the 2-minute warning from Arrowhead. It's the Eagles, who have 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. That's incomplete left side. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Now, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. But I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there are going to be more interceptions.
2nd down, Hurts throwing again. He keeps it and takes off. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
He was brought down by Drew Tranquill. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles get some late points and the lead. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles push their lead to 3.
24, Chiefs 21.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Chiefs taking over now, real late in this opening half. With the time remaining, we'll see if they can get this into field goal range before halftime. First call here coming from the shotgun. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All right, here we go. Second down. To the air, Mahomes. Connecting on the slant. And that will not be enough for a first down. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Looking to throw Mahomes. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a first down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Here's Mahomes now. Has him on a quick hitter. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. The final throw before the break. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So a field goal game at the half. A good one so far, 2 quarters to go. Now let's check in with Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these 2 squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the 3rd quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
All right, thanks so much, Scott. We are back and about set to begin our second half. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Here's Smith on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Chiefs have their offense out to start this 3rd quarter. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this 3rd quarter. Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That is not the way they needed to come out of the locker room here to begin the second half. Trailing, you got to play with a sense of urgency. You got to protect your quarterback, and they didn't either.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. That's complete. Isaiah Pacheco. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Gotta figure out this third down here. Back to throw Mahomes. To the left and hauled in by Kelsey. And that nice catch not going to translate into a new set of downs just yet. The stop is made in time to make it 4th and short.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. Third quarter's going to start with a run by Barkley. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Hurts now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He's got Brown on the slant. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
And an Eagle 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
New set of downs for him from the 46. We're going to go with Barkley on the counter. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line.
Now might be a good spot to remind everybody, about for the 1000th time, how much better athletes these D tackles are today, Kate. A decade or two ago, they just ate up space. Now, they eat up running backs.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Hurts finds him over the middle. And he'll manage what he can up to the 48. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Back to throw, Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
The Eagles are in punt formation. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. The Chiefs offense out to take over.
At their own 20-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. The give to Pacheco to start the drive. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3-and-out.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Hits him on the out route. And after making a catch, he is decked quickly at the 38. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Completed over the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. It's Pacheco again. His charge towards the line, it's right around 3 yards.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. From the 48. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
Kansas City Chiefs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They run with Pacheco. He's going to get inside the defense's 30 here. Looks to be a gain of about 6 on the play.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Mahomes. Here's a screen set up for Pacheco. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
From the red zone now. We've got a screen to the running back. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, well, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He finds Pacheco out of the backfield. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. Got a man, and Kelsey has it. And they're going to have 1st and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there.
a gain of 18. That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Another throw for Mahomes. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a third-quarter lead. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs take a 4-point lead. As always, a hat tip to our buddy Scott Hansen for his hard work there during the break. As we're happy to welcome you all back for the start of our third quarter. Butker on now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. They get that big old marker out, cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Barkley trying this up the gut. And working a couple yards past the line. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts, a very minimal gain.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. They go to Barkley again. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's cut for the first. And he's going to be taken down, but plenty of damage already done.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Option play, they give it to Barkley. Defense following the ball perfectly on that zone read and closing on him for a loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
I'm not going to lie, I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Cut out left. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
A little outside their comfort zone to try a field goal, so instead they're going for this on 4th down. Three-quarters in the books from this one. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is within reach. Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down. Oh, they're going for it on an option play left. On the move into the red zone. And he has this all the way down to the 14-yard line. They go for it on 4th down and get it in a big way, 25 yards there.
Hey, forget about it. Forget first down. For a moment, they were thinking touchdown on that play. What a time to deliver a breakaway run. And that puts a ton of momentum on their side for the next snap.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Hurts gets it out wide, complete. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
A good RPO play, it takes a lot of timing. Proper decision-making from a calm, cool, collected offense. Oh, that one didn't have any of it.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Here's Hurts. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two, two becomes three, and on and on and on.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he ended up time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
A lot of pressure on this kick for Jake Elliott. This is going to be a 31-yarder from the right hash. Kicked well, and this is good! And they cut it down to within a field goal.
I bet you, Kate, if we were down there right in his mind as that ball sailed good through the uprights, his mind was already thinking about the next one. If this score holds and he gets another opportunity, well, the game could be on the line with that one.
Jake Elliott.
Things trim back down to a single-point Brock as they send this off and away. Returning it from the 4. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. The Chiefs offense set to take over again. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Pacheco. He powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some depth into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Pacheco. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up third down.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
And the Birds put their dime package out there. Third down coming up. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. Blast through midfield. And he's finally stopped across midfield at the 47. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
First and 10, it's Mahomes. Hits him on the end route. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. Hits his running back. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the 28. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. They get 13 on the pickup, and it'll be first down, Kansas City.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down carry for Pacheco. Solid block in there, springs him for 8. It's going to be second down.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets them just as many yards as a short completion would have.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. To the air, Mahomes. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs grow the lead to 7. It's a Marquise Brown touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Well, we knew this was coming. All touchdowns are reviewed, especially late in a close game like this. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Those points safe on the scoreboard. The touchdown upheld upon review. Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Chiefs grow their lead to 8. Butker on now to kick this one away. Shipley now to return. They'll bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30. The Eagles about set to go on offense. They have a chance to tie this game back up, but they got to get this to the end zone first on a touchdown, and then again on a two-point try. First and 10 now from the 30. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. They go play action. Here's Hurts. Finds his back. Here's Barkley. And the gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face 3rd down.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Their punter making his way out now. Braden Mann will kick it away. Fair catch the signal, and he brings it in at the 23. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10. Running left with Pacheco. He spins right by him. And get forward about 5 yards, looks like. It's 2nd down now.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. He takes it himself. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
They're set up at the 35 now. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy in midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down throw, Mahomes. Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Well, that's sure one way to take the lid off a defense. Great work to find the biggest hole in the coverage, and more importantly, go exploit it.
That's him on the quick hitter. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. A tight end in motion now. Short pass brought in. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
No run, Pacheco. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Back to throw Mahomes. And that is caught. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Butker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs lead by 15 now.
Eagles 27.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Shipley now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field.
At their own 27-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Barkley. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Hurts now from the gun. He finds Dotson left side. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Jahan Dotson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Bronk. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Finds him over the middle. gets the whole way down to the 11-yard line.
I can guarantee you that's going to be in Tell the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner, but the broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Eagles trail by 15. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. Hurts tucks it, starts running. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Offside. Defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still 1st down.
A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on 1st down. He finds him right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles can make it a 1-score game as they trim the lead. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock, but I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Chiefs are headed out, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
For a Kansas City Chiefs. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
Chiefs. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Trying to fight free. He can't do so. They've got him behind the line. Now let's see, Brock, if they call their final timeout. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. This is Pacheco. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. And that's good for a few. It brings up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Back to throw. And really, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him.
Matt
The Chiefs
Ariza
bringing out their
in
punt team.
formation for the
Matt
Chiefs.
Ariza, the one to send it away. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Eagles and A.J. Brown getting set for another look on offense here. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. First call here coming from the shotgun. He'll look to throw it. A throw left side, caught by Brown. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Setting up to pass. Finding Brown back-to-back plays. All right, so he stops the clock, but seconds still ran off on a gain of, only 3 or 4.
Gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Third down, 1 yard to go. To throw. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Couldn't connect with Dallas Goedert. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
They've got to go for it in this spot, Brock. This is 4th down. Desperation time here. Pass complete to Goedert. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Number 88, Dallas Goedert.
Well, no ladder place in Missouri or Kansas right now as the Chiefs get the win in Arrowhead. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead